Match is about to get underway. The touch control by Miami FC. They'll be moving from right to left on your screen. Miami so far this season with a couple of victories, 2, 3, and 5, good for 11 points. For San Diego, they got 5 victories under their belt. They're 5, 3, and 2, sitting right now 4th in the Western Conference. And taking a look underneath the hood, most people probably don't know this, but Rick, you have a relationship with Nate Miller. You guys have had some professional experience together back in the day.
He's a coach that's going to want his boys already in this first 5 minutes.
Telfer, sharp angle shot and a touch by Melvin Rivas the same. There's Sordo, a little line drive action. Chapman Page, not a good figure on it. That one turned by Salazar. Not a good boot on it though.
And what a fantastic ball in this was from Sorto. Get your big boys on the end of it, cause chaos within that back line of San Diego Loyal. Set pieces, we talked about it, David, the ability to score early and score often for Miami FC here.
So a redo of sorts. See how Sorto lines this one up a little bit long. The header! That one is picture perfect on one side, but unfortunate for one team.
To make a looping run, free. Needs to get this on target. 6 yards out, you can just see Koke Vegas barking at his boys.
Just missed the left-hand side of Koke Vegas. Our right, his left. It was a beautiful ball from Christian Sorto, who put it right on the money. And everyone for San Diego left flat-footed. San Diego in their dark green uniform combinations today. Miami FC continues with their light kits. The strike on goal. Vegas with 2 paws on it, denies. Well, Kyle Murphy scored last week on a PK, but love to get one outside of that. Murphy's got a couple of goals so far this season, but he's only played in 5 matches. Segber's with a near intercept. You know, Ricky, when you're a guy of Kyle Murphy's caliber, you know you're chomping at the bit just to get on the pitch. But take me through this. If you're out for 5 games, how long does it take you to get back to full game shape?
Well, I think it's always different because there's no teacher like the game. So you see, again, Loyal trying to bail out her back, and what that does, it pulls out Miami FC and try to create gaps within their lines. So if you can stay compact, that front line goes. Great body movement there from Ronaldo Damas.
Paco Craig there with the foul. Looks like it'll result in a booking. The first one of the night goes to Paco here in the 10th minute.
Good recognition. He's playing to the front line of Damas. You can see Paco Craig knows exactly what he's doing. Hands around him, giving him a big bear hug.
Games into the season for Miami. How would you evaluate them from start to where they're at now?
I think as of late you've seen
this one fluttering in, and no chance for Vegas, who elevates on it. An excuse me goal for Miami FC, and they lead 1-0.
It's all about the movement from Kyle Murphy, because Grant Stoneman understands I need to make a play on this. If I don't, Kyle Murphy's in on goal, but just so unlucky for the center back up and over.
Bad start for San Diego. Great one for Miami. And keep in mind, early on, they had an opportunity to score off of a header. 2 corner kicks in identical situations, and Salazar in a mix-up, and Salazar is going to be
on the left-hand side. He gives the freedom to join the attack. It's a rash challenge from Salazar.
And San Diego's attacking third right now being neutralized by Miami FC. Martin, Perez. Craig gave it back though. And now in the hustle, McGuire will have to come out, and he does so before Corona can get there. We'll have to bring this one back. San Diego, they've scored in 7 straight matches coming into tonight's affair. 11 goals during that 7-game stretch. This attempt here, McGuire with the first denial, but it's cleaned up easily by Evan Conway, and we're level at 1-1.
And it's going to be a frustrating goal for Anthony Peels to concede. It comes off a throw-in. The lack of rotation, lack of staying tuned in to your individual marks, but you have to give credit to San Diego Loyal. Elijah Martin makes this thing happen. The ability to test the shape interiorly. The run from Guido playing off the shoulder, and then first to react is Evan Conway, a fox in the box. You see Mark Segbers not connected between him and Chapman Page. That man, a fox in the box, an easy tap in right before halftime.
And for Conway, it's his team leading 4th goal of the season. It occurs here in the 40th minute. And always the rule, keeper makes the first save, clean up the rebound. Was not the case. Conway bangs it home, and we're bottled up at 1-1.
We just mentioned the ability for Alejandro Guido to make runs from a deep line position. Just plays off the shoulder there between him and Paco Craig. No one steps up to him. Easy save there from McGuire, and then it's all about the lack of reaction.
Well, it's been anything but a comfortable feeling this year, just because of the lack of productivity early on the offensive end. But things have started to heat up for Miami FC. Nearly stole one against Inter Miami US Open Cup action. Salazar, closing moments. Segbers out wide. Segbers to Murphy. Murphy quickly comes in. Vegas comes out. This is going to result in a booking.
Just so opportunistic Kyle Murphy is, and as he's playing the ball, Grant Stoneman does extremely well to put himself between the player. You just see the swooping right motion of the leg, catches Grant Stoneman.
Fair this would be between those two players. On the corner, wiped away by Murphy at the last second, and Melvin Rivas says, gentlemen, that will be that for 45 minutes, plus some stoppage time. So the end of the first half is here. Guido, nice move by Guido. Peels it back to Martin. Guido, no harassment, pulls the shot. That one misses short side though against McGuire, who had a beat on it. But
Guido, the ability to create his own space, especially on top of that 18-yard box.
And that does not mean that the cupboards are bare. But you'd love to be firing on all cylinders with one of the better teams in the Western Conference in town. San Diego, 17 points heading into tonight's contest with 5 victories, 3 losses, and a couple draws. Telfer dropped it off to Christian Sordo, who tees this one up but didn't get all of it. And unfortunate for him, he'd love to have it back.
But it's so good here from Ryan Telfer. The run from Maiden Stanley, he says he sees you, but he doesn't need you. And then the timing to draw out Alejandro Guido. And what that does, Sordo has the ability to step into that final third with no pressure. Like you said, David, he's going to want this one back. Doesn't hit it cleanly at all. Gets on the top of it as it just rolls wide. But it's better for Miami FC.
Ball was placed about 20 feet in front of him. No chance. See San Diego all over this. And Chapman Page got taken out by Guido. And this should result in a yellow card. It's exactly the case.
Captain from the Loyal, the ball's already gone, just comes through. The trailing right leg catches Chapman Page.
Not like he was begging for a call. That attempt in search of Sorto. Misconnect. Here's Martin hurtling around. And Conway down the middle of the pitch. Outside Perez, and there's Aiden Stanley again.
Very impressed with the individual defending from Aiden Stanley. Time after time, he's being called upon to step off his line.
Watch out here. This one goes floating in on McGuire. It just feels like every week it's the same conversation with Aiden Stanley. He's not perfect by any means, but he's pretty darn close.
You talk to anyone within the camp of Miami FC, just how professional he is.
Yeah.
Takes care of his body in the gym, taking treatment. You start to see the fruits of his labor coming out on game day.
Transition attack, though, for San Diego. Nice play by Paco Craig. True professional to break that up at the last second.
And it's one of the hardest things to do for a center back. Open field, player running downhill, full head of steam, to put in a timely challenge, not once but twice. On display why Paco Craig is highly touted as one of the best defenders in USL Championship.
Aiden Perez here with a burst, no numbers, 3-on-5. Perez lets it fly. Craig got in front of it. Ooh, bad giveaway here. There's Moon. Moon, he goes down just outside the 18. Duuna brought him down, but not a lot of harm, not a lot of contact. Watch out here for Murphy. Murphy against Adams, who tracks it back nicely. Murphy trying to dance, he shoots, and he scores! Kyle Murphy lets that thing rip in the 61st minute. 1-on-2, it don't matter. Miami back on the board, they lead 2-1.
Duuna does extremely well to close down the space. It's a no foul. And then it's Chapman Page. We talked about him in the open. The ability to step into that middle third and kickstart the attack. Kyle Murphy, talked about him in the open as well. Confident, knows exactly what he's going to do. Sets up Kyle Adams, close to step off and close down the space. And when you give a confident striker the ability to create his own space, 18, 17 yards out, he's never going to miss. Opens up his hips and calmly slots it in. What a terrific goal.
Led 1-0. It was tied 1-1 in the 30th minute. In the 61st minute, Kyle Murphy scores his on service corner kicks. One of them just off the mark. So he'll depart, and obviously Anthony Pulis is thinking, let's clap things down and secure those 3 points.
That's a defensive substitution here, as Hernandez is going to slot in within that back line. Sarto gave a different look going forward, the ability to play in those half pockets. He talked about his service on dead ball situations. Such an important part in the attacking phase for Anthony Pulis, and this man as well. Ben Mimes, we haven't really seen him get into a rhythm. Has gotten bitten by the injury bug, but again, Anthony Pulis starting to see the qualities, then his roster come out.
This move here by Telfer. See if he pulls the trigger. He does. A little ambitious on that shot. Yeah, physical presence up front for Anthony Pulis. Adams, Elijah Martin. Martin's been on the ball a lot here today. Lets a shot rip towards target, but McGuire alert on it, not falling asleep. So you're looking at probably the final 15 minutes of this contest. And if you're Nate Miller trying to pull something out, you've already made a handful of substitutions, but quickly on this delivery, McGuire comes out. Another substitution as Chapman Page exits. It's brought to you by your superhero movers at Good Greek Moving and Storage.
Out number 5, Callum Chapman Page, and number 22, Benjamin Ofefu.
And so Chapman Page is out. Ofiemu is in. Haven't seen a lot of Ben this year, but he does come in now. Big number 22. You can hear some of the chatter right now as the physicality with some of the fresh players on the pitch. This one played through. Conway, watch out. Conway, this is going to result in an own goal. Well, you give it and you take it. Paco Craig an own goal, and the second time that's happened this year, and we're tied at 2-2.
Paco and Chapman Page is just not there, and then you put the ball in a dangerous situation. Good things happen for Evan Conway, who's been at the thick of everything for the loyal Paco Craig. It's just a message once again. Get yourself in and around that 18-yard box, put pressure on the opposition.
Guido, he lets it rip. McGuire, though, pounces on that one. Didn't have to move too much, but Guido, not creative in where he was electing to shoot from.
Start to see little gaps opening up now. Whether it's Dennis Duuna, Bolo Akinyoti not doing the defensive side of the ball, sitting right in front of that back line of 5. Guido lives and dies by the service he gets in those half spaces, the ability to get the ball in the half turn and run with a lot of pace. Just so unlucky, doesn't pick his corner there. Alejandro Guido, great ball from Murphy.
Watch out here, Mines with some space to Segbers. Mines elected not to take the shot, now efforting to get it back. Now let's see if San Diego can get the go-ahead goal. Guido spins and fires. It goes off a member of Miami FC. It looked like Duuna. And it results in a corner kick here from San Diego.
Doesn't need a second invitation to pull the trigger. Alejandro Guido get the sniff at goal. A half opportunity. He's going to try his luck. And why not with the quality that he has on that right foot?
Corner here. Craig doing a good job of elevating. Oh, watch out, this is trouble, and it finds Twine. Broken play, and all of a sudden, Elliot Collier, as you mentioned, came off the sidelines for Nate Miller. San Diego on the board for the third time here tonight, and their first advantage in the 85th minute, and it's 3-2.
With the first initial ball, but then it's a second phase. That's a bit confusing and frustrating once again for Miami FC. As this ball rotates back around, it's a missed kick from Bodily. Elliot Collier does extremely well to get his hips around it, just ropes this thing into that far post. There's too much traffic in front of Jake McGuire. You can't see it.
Mo Shaban got away with a break, and it's a cold forearm shiver by Segbers, and Guido selling it pretty well.
Just frustration there from Mark Segbers.
Vacant area. Murphy was trying to get there to close the gap, but
once again, you're down 1 goal in the 95th minute, and it's only Kyle Murphy making a run into that box. Watch out. There needs to be more numbers, whether you're Ben Mines, Ryan Telfer. I know Ryan Telfer was just down. Benzema needs to get on his bike and just join Kyle Murphy just to cause chaos and put pressure for the San Diego Loyal. Little sense of urgency in that moment of time.
So Collier in the 85th minute, the difference maker right now. And Miami FC, you got to imagine this will be their last gasp. In danger of falling in back-to-back occasions. Fell to lose City last week 3-1. And tonight, down 3-2. Segbers looking again, nicely placed. Outside Bolu. Duuna has a goal this year, looking for more, and he just missed. Duuna nearly scored from the same spot he tagged his first goal of the year with.
And he does so well to create separation, just doesn't have enough bend on it to put it on target.
And that'll do it here. We've reached full time. And for Miami FC, one that got away not once, but twice.